Here today with Josh Husky. He's the co-founder and CSO over at Hedonic Digital. They're a fractional CMO agency serving AI coaches and consultants. Very, very popular right now. And in today's case study, we're going to highlight his 3 times higher iMessage response rate over SMS and the voice message and selfie video and Giphy strategy that Josh used to close a bunch of his pipeline just a couple months ago in October. Josh, thanks for hanging out with me today.
Absolute pleasure, man. I don't think I can beat that intro. So it's good to you. The floor is yours.
I've done a couple of these. Let's go inside of your account right now. It looks like we've got 368 contacts we've talked to historically so far. If I filter for just iMessage, you have a 64% response rate on iMessage. You have a 20% response rate on SMS. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 3 times higher. We go over into your conversations. It looks like your conversation history has dropped off. And you were telling me a little bit about why your conversation history had dropped off before we hopped on here. Can you catch the viewers up to speed so they don't think that we're plugging someone who's not even
a dead account? Yeah, it was actually very much on purpose. Good problem to have. Our fulfillment is very, very niche. We don't have a big team. We handle everything one-to-one ourselves, myself and the founder. So we actually had to turn ads off for a little bit in December, just focus on fulfillment. We couldn't take on any more clients, whether they wanted to partner with us or not. So our conversation volume dropped until last week, apart from like a couple pipeline conversations here and there.
Tell me about that pipeline back in October when ads weren't working for you.
Yeah. So rather embarrassingly, but also my claim to fame as the CSO, our ads weren't performing that well. We had a couple calls get on the calendar, but they weren't super qualified. They didn't all show up. In fact, none of them did. So like halfway through the month, we closed down the ads, and my founder, like a partner, got to work ramping them up, but still fulfilling for clients as our main priority. I said to him, look, don't worry. Let's work some pipeline. About 2 or 3 people in the pipeline were already in Sendblue at that point, but more of them than not were just in my manual pipeline. It was literally in a Notion document. And the goal was to still have a record month. At the beginning of October, we said it was going to be a record month before we knew the ads weren't going to perform. So the whole month was me spent double dialing people throughout the day, sending them voice notes, selfie videos, all in Sendblue, obviously. And I can also plug them into like drips along the way, being the benefit of those automations. And we hit a record month. We did hair over 300K cash collected, all from pipeline. Every single one of those deals flowed through our Sendblue line. And I'm a voice note guy. I believe that's the way you close big deals. We sell a very high ticket and that much more personal, and it's not possible without Sendblue. So I'll publicly admit it. Shameless plug. I love Sendblue.
Wish I had like a DJ horn button in here so I could like we'll take the shameless plug. Let's hop into recent iMessage conversation here with Mr. Eric. How's it, Eric? It's Josh, Gion's partner. What is how's it? That sounds very South African.
It is. This is how we keep a bit of the flow and some consistency, because like it comes in voice notes on the calls. It's how I open up. How's it is like a greeting we use in South Africa, so it's in my Sendblue automation on purpose.
That's nice. That's nice. Are you sending these through Go High level? Is that where you're communicating? Or
they are. They were just the workflow builder within Sendblue, but then as we got some more like we built flows around no shows and reschedules, so they got different automations and different content. When we started doing that, we moved it into high level. So this conversation you're seeing was through GHL.
Very nice. I like it. How's it, Eric? It's Josh, Gion's partner, your business partner. Please, could you give me a TLDR of your business offer that you're looking to scale, ... That way we can be that much more tactical on the sales call. I love that you're asking a question. Questions get responses. That's what we want to do when we reach out to people. I also like the lowercase h and how's it and the lowercase p and please. And that's one thing people do when they text on like the regular phones, but in 99% of cases when people build like CRM workflows, they're very formal, great punctuation. This flows much better. We got voice messages, links, Zoom meetings. Are we sending out Zoom links like automatically for reminders, or are you manually sending?
Oh yeah. They're linked to the call time, so they fire off without me having to worry. Make sure that they've always got the link, and I don't get any of those like, hey, I'm here, but I don't know what Zoom meeting I'm in. It's there.
All right. And then we see, it looks like that call ends. We send over an agreement and the onboarding motion. Ladies and gentlemen, there is Josh's account and routing number. If you want to send him money, you can. And then we won't.
Please do. But 5 figures only. Anything below that, I'm sending it back.
Yeah, we won't scroll through the rest of this, but Josh does does close this deal, because then there's going to be some more personal information in there. But that is pretty cool. What is the funnel you guys are typically using? Like, you talked about this re-engagement, but is it like a VSL funnel, like a lead capture?
Yeah, it's a multi VSL funnel at the moment. So it's part of what we do, is like why we like our ROASs are so high, and our whole MO is CMOs, no pun intended, is net profit. Like, there's a lot of vanity metrics in marketing. Ultimately, everyone only cares about net profit. Like, all the vanity metrics combined, what is their output? And it's why we crush, is we have reroutes. So at every step in the funnel, we are reevaluating whether they should be in that funnel or a parallel one. You can run up to like 9 parallels. So depending on what we identify as qualifiers, they will get rerouted to a different VSL, sometimes multi of them. And that's where we run all of our funnels. Most of them end up at a sales call once they've got enough friction. Again, depending on how qualified we've determined them to be, the more qualified, the less friction they need before they get to me. A couple of them just end up in the Sendblue. If they partial submit a type form, for example, we also fire an automation for that to try and get them re-engaged and back on the calendar.
Very nice, very nice. The people that you're serving, where in the world are they primarily?
I think they're actually like a really nice split. We have one client in Hong Kong, 2 in Australia, 1 in Bali, 1 in Thailand, 2 in Dubai, 2 in the UK, and then the rest are in the US.
Okay.
So it's almost like 50-50 US and the rest of the world, but the rest of the world is really nice and broad. And the only reason I can remember that is all the transactions. Some come through in euros, GD, like they're all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. So some people come to us that serve worldwide, and they give us a little hesitation or pushback about, like, well, I don't even know if people use iMessage. Like, they probably just use WhatsApp. What's your experience been with the leads that you're serving and talking to them on iMessage? Are you finding that most of your clients have iPhones?
Yeah. So usually the people that use WhatsApp, ironically, they're not using WhatsApp because they don't have an iPhone. It's just the norm. So for example, in South Africa, where I'm born and raised, a lot of people have iPhones, but not many of them use iMessage because our signal is really bad, like across the country. That's why we all use WhatsApp. But the point being, like, the one thing I'd say to those people is, okay, let's say they are on iMessage or they're not. Sendblue still drops down. They'll still get something. So it's not an excuse. And second thing is, like, what is your option with WhatsApp? You're going to plug it into GHL, which we all know is awful. Like, it sends from some random profile picture list. Like, if I get a notification from Sendblue that it's gone through as a normal text rather than an iMessage, then you fire up your own WhatsApp. This is very easy to, like, send messages personally. But to have all your clients iMessage you thrown is a complete ball ache. But I've rarely had people that just don't reply on iMessage and they reply on WhatsApp. What they say is like, hey, appreciate the text. Can we talk on WhatsApp instead? Yeah.
But they check it. They open their
Get the reply anyway.
They open their WhatsApp. Maybe it's probably like, I'm on my iMessage all the time, and I will check my WhatsApp maybe like once or twice a day. It's probably just like the reverse of that, I imagine. Is like they'll be on WhatsApp all the time and check their iMessage a couple times a day.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is why, like, every time I've been on WhatsApp, as I say, like, it's not because they haven't replied on iMessage, it's because they've asked through Sendblue. They've said, hey, can we have this chat on WhatsApp instead? I'm like, yeah, sure.
We sure can. It looks like you work with Yasser on our team. You work with Simon on our team. What's your experience been like with them?
I don't know how much I'm allowed to glaze the team. I love Sendblue. Like, the only thing, just to reassure everyone watching that, like, this is genuine and this is not like a paid production or whatever. I'm a workaholic. The only thing I can say, therefore, to discredit Sendblue is, like, not everyone works on Sundays. I fucking do. But other than that, it's been incredible. Like, every time I need to ping someone in the Slack, it's answered, it's sorted. Simon, I also know him personally, but yeah, needless to say, like, everyone's looked after us really, really well. Whether it's help building out an automation or just like the energy of Sendblue, we know that you guys are, like, as a company, it's someone that you want to be in bed with, because it's not just a plug and play SaaS software. Like, you can feel the culture even as a client. So I really enjoy it.
Thank you for that. Yes, not just, I wish we could call ourselves just a technology company, but the unfortunate truth is people don't know how to freaking send text messages. It's crazy. People don't know how to write text messages or use text messages to sell. But yes, we can help fill that gap. Maybe Simon sent this video to one of his leads that has a similar funnel or similar process. What would you say to a person that's maybe sitting on the fence about joining Sendblue?
I mean, if I'm not allowed to insinuate a low IQ, in the nicest way possible. If it's Simon specifically, again, like anyone I've had experience with in the team, these guys bleed blue in my experience, i.e. they're not just there for the product, but they genuinely care in the same way we offer our service. Like, it's net profit. The numbers make sense. And I know if Simon sent you this, you're a numbers person as well. Ultimately, unless you're selling like a $2.50
Low ticket.
physical
Yeah.
product on Amazon, ask yourself like how many sales is it actually going to take to make ROI on this investment. And then the second order for me is, okay, you're obviously going to make more sales. You're going to get higher response rate. This is a domino effect, like not just for the sales, but for the show ups, for everything else. But the biggest thing for me, because I'm really bullish on brand and representation and like building relationships with the clients, is what is it going to allow you to do? And you can voice notes and you can send videos and you can put people in automations where it replies faster and you don't have to have a fucking please text stop to unsubscribe bullshit like normal numbers do. What is that going to do for your brand image? There's really only two options. Like one, you're going to be perceived better as a result of having it, or as a result of not having it, you're going to perceive worse because everyone else is busy getting Sendblue without you.
Or they're all sending green text and you just look like every other green text that's being sent.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're doing with green bubbles. It's Send Green is not it's not an actually competitive company.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Very cool. Last part here for you, Josh. I always let everyone plug themselves, who they are, who they serve, how they can get in touch with you. Lay it on us. How can people get in touch with you, Yannick and Josh?
The best way to do both is probably through my Instagram. I'm not going to plug our Sendblue number to the world. Unfortunately, I have to work a bit harder to get that. My Instagram is very simple. It's Josh Husky. You'll see a bunch of travel highlights because I jet set around a lot of meeting with clients for in-person build-outs. We're going to be in Florida in 2 weeks' time for that purpose exactly. Whether it's sales, whether it's marketing, just some help, then DM me. Do not DM me trying to convince you to buy Sendblue though, because I'm not going to be very sympathetic. Just invest, get it set up, get it done. But aside from that, my inbox is open.
Cool, Josh. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got a coaching consulting agency in the AI space, very, very hot, very, very popular right now, probably the hottest, the most popular. Josh is an industry leader and he can serve you there. If you want higher response rates, higher show up rates, reach out to Sendblue. Josh, thank you so much.
You make me blush, man. It's been a pleasure.